too, but I'm sweating and I'm not wearing it. I wore it last night. The reason we're doing this is a lot of it had to do with Clarence's sermon last Sunday and the scripture that he used from 1 Corinthians 13. As you know, Scott and I spent this whole week together, which was good and which was trying.
Interesting.
But you know, we kept this chapter before us all week. And it starts, the part that we were really concentrating on is where it talks about what love is and does, and it's patient, and it's kind. So to condense the week from my version, Monday started out, we got stuff laid out, and it went really pretty good. Kaylin and Matt came down. She was off because she works for the mortgage company, and it was a holiday, so she was off. And it went really good. Tuesday morning, we just got up here and got started, and my phone rang, and it was my sister. And Mom had gotten really ill, and we had to take her to the emergency room at the hospital. Well, she had some unpronounceable thing that was a viral, vertigo, something or other. So she was so dizzy that it made her ill. I mean, and she couldn't walk, she couldn't do anything. Well, they couldn't treat the viral problem, so they treated the dizziness. Well, somebody had to stay with her. So guess who spent most of Tuesday? And this is love. You know, this is showing love and being patient when you know you've got things that need to be done in a certain amount of time. So I went in and I stayed with Mother until Tuesday evening, and Kathy could get there. And she stayed all night with her. Then I brought her out Wednesday morning. So awesome Wednesday. I didn't know I was going to have to be gone Wednesday afternoon. About an hour and a half before I had to leave, Catherine Herman came over. And she says, "Is there anything I could do to help?" And that was even before I knew I needed help. God answered that need, and what a blessing she was. She stayed here and worked with Scott. Well, I took care of Mom and Mom's dog and did everything that needed to be done. By Thursday, we were getting a little testy. Well, we were running behind schedule. Thursday morning, behind my schedule. Behind my schedule. By Thursday morning, I took the roasters to Longford because that's where we catered the food. I had 3 roasters, and when I came home, I had completely forgot the 3rd roaster for the green beans.
Still in the back of the car.
It was still in the trunk of the car. That night, when I went to bed and was laying there, and he was in the bathroom brushing his teeth, and all of a sudden I sat up in bed and I said, "Oh, good night, we've got green beans." Oh. And he opened the door and he said, "What in the world are you talking about?" I know he thought I'd lost my mind. He does things so methodical that he drives me up the wall. You know, I have these ideas in my head. You just go do it. It goes up. But no. But bless his heart, he compliments me in that, here let's just get it done. He takes the time to do it right, so he knows it's going to stay up. Like the curtain came down at the back of the stage, the rope broke. And I said, "Well, just let the dumb thing go. We don't have time to fix it." He says, "Okay, how about this scene? If that whole thing comes crashing down, your flag of lights on that curtain are going to be gone." So we took the time to fix that. And Catherine helped him do all those lights. So, you know, where I am, I have these ideas, and to me, just do it. Don't dink around methodically. So now, it's his turn to tell you his side of this story. And the kids, their thing is...
What time is it?
Mom has all these ideas. She dreams up all these ideas, and the rest of us live through the nightmare of bringing them about. But he does most of it. And the joke in the family now is, when Mom dies, the funeral's in the gym, and it better be decorated.
Well, to start off, it starts about a year ahead of time. Now, we'll start now, basically, plan for next year. We got different ideas. We toss back and forth. And we start putting different scenes together, what we've got available, what we need to get. But what you don't see is she'll be thinking about all this stuff throughout the day or whenever, and she'll call me. I come on the truck, she'll call me and say, right off the bat, what are we doing here? My thought is, what are you talking about? I don't have a clue until she said, well, didn't you remember we talked about it? No.
Well, see, what I don't take into consideration, he's driving. He's concentrating on what he's doing. And here I am, just 90-0, you know, running all these ideas by him. And he doesn't remember. And then I get upset because I told you that. So, see, that's being patient.
I tell her to write it down. That way we know.
And then I do and lose the paper. So.
And then we start putting things together. Well, don't you remember we started doing this? No. Go back to the notes. Okay, this is what we said what we was going to do, because it all lays out. And like she said, methodical. I'll start doing one set of things to get it done. So leave in the middle and forget it. And she'll say, well, why aren't you doing that? Well, I'm doing this. But I need that done first. But it all comes together. It's just a matter of communication.
And I usually have to eat crow big time at least once during the week. So this time I did it on Monday and got it over with and out of the way, and I didn't have to worry about it the rest of the week. But anyway, to be patient and loving with each other. We're not used to being together. You know, since I quit going on the truck with him, we aren't. We're just not used to being together. We used to think like we could almost guess what the one was going to do before they did it. We've kind of lost some of that.
Work all the time.
Well, no, not anymore. But we did have to really. This scripture really kept coming to mind when something would come up. You know, we'd say, "Now, we're supposed to be loving and kind to each other." Not pulling our hair out.
She loved me, wanted to love to get me out of there.
And it's when you have to go up and say, honey, I'm really sorry.
But over through the last 7 years, of all the serving we've done, every time we've done it, we've never dropped one plate of food until last night. And I was lucky enough to do that.
And we ran out of chicken because the lady at the restaurant forgot to send the last pan. Oh. And when Scott went back up to get it, she was in tears. Oh. But if you get up there, tell her how good it was. Everybody really enjoyed it. Yeah. And she did such a good job and was so helpful. Wonderful. But that was our week, and we do still love each other very much, and we don't intend to end it.
We're starting planning next year's, and we just need to take more notes so we know what's going on.